On this tutorial, we're gonna show you how to answer this test that they're gonna give you.
We hope you could get 100 on this test.
Shh. If your element is on column 1A, it's gonna have 1 valence electron. If it's in 2A, it's gonna have 2. 3A, 3, 4A, 4, and so on. If it's in group B, you're not gonna know because it's undefined, and you get to know until you do more procedure. But if they don't tell you anything, it's gonna be 2 valence electrons. The first thing that you need to know is how to find the valence electron, which is gonna help you throughout the quiz, and you can find it using the periodic table. To find this valence electron, you need to search for each column.
So I'm gonna explain to you like on each chart that you needed to make your procedure. So, okay, here's what you need to do. Here, these ones are called the valence electrons, as Jimena told before, or Camila.
Yo.
So, okay, you put from 1 to 8, and then you put plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus and minus 4. This one you can put whichever you need. Minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, and 0. All the elements want to get to this. So, these are called cation and these are called anions. So imagine you can do this example. Sodium plus chlorine. What do? First of all, we need to search them on your periodic table. As you can see, sodium has 1 valence electron and chlorine has 7 valence electrons. If you remember, we have to make first the chart. This is a chart. You put from 1 to 8, and then minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, plus and minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, and 0. We need this 1 valence electron and this is 7 valence electron. As you can see, we need this. Minus 1 and and minus. Plus 1 and minus 1. So here you put plus 1 and minus 1. So then, what's the next step? The next step is you need to cross the things. First, you put sodium because it's the first thing you first cross them. You cross this in here and this in here. But when you're gonna put the answer, you don't need the positive or negative. So you take them down. And if you remember, this one was positive, so this one goes first. The answer is Na1Cl1. Now you need to simplify. Do you remember how to simplify? When you simplify math, you just take these ones and this is your final answer. Thank you.
This chart shows you the names and formulas of the most common polyatomic ions.
Ionic compounds with polyatomic ions. So these are chemically bonded compounds between 2 or more elements. It is 1 cation plus 1 anion, that the cation is a metal and the anion is non-metal. As you already learned that the cation is positive and the anion is negative. And this forms a neutral compound. So we're going to see one example. First, oxygen and hydrogen. So oxygen has a negative 2 and hydrogen a plus 1. So minus 2 plus 1 has a negative 1. So then you have OH minus 1. And this forms hydroxide. So then, if you add up a potassium with the hydroxide, you can form a K and OH. As you learned on the past lesson, that you cross the numbers without the charges, and then you form potassium hydroxide. Here is the potassium and here is the hydroxide. And it ends on I because here is the negative and this one is a positive, right? Here's another example. If you have molybdenum that has a charge of +2 and nitride that has a charge of 1 minus, so you could change it, but because they're different charges, first you have the molybdenum and you cross the charges. And then you put inside the parentheses nitride 2, because this is the way you write it. Because you can change the charges that are the same. So then these 2 goes in here at the bottom, but goes outside the parentheses because they're different charges. And then the name will be molybdenum 2 because it has a +2. So the number that goes in here, you put it inside a parenthesis or a side of the name. And then nitrite, because it's the name of this one. And both are molybdenum nitrate.